filmed this at the beginning of the month, and it's around this time that I like to go sit at a coffee shop and carve some time out to recap my month. I've been really getting into scrapbooking lately, specifically printing out a few of my favorite memories from that month to celebrate the things that have happened and to help mark the passage of time from one month to the next. I'll also write my reflections for the month and set some intentions for the month ahead. I find that this really helps me hit that mental reset and start the next month with a clear mind. Good morning, you guys. I just got back from going to a coffee shop this morning and it was such a nice time. Currently just on a walk right now and it feels so nice. The weather is just so warm today and I'm not even really wearing a jacket, which is crazy because it's only the 1st of, no, actually it's the 2nd of March. So it's really feeling like spring now. I find that whenever the weather is this nice out, I always just find myself noticing so many more things. And because if you know anything about Vancouver, you know that it isn't very sunny here that often. And so when it is, it's just such a game changer, and especially because the flowers are just starting to bloom now. So there's just so much to look at and I can't help but like take 1,000 different pictures. Right now I'm headed to the art supply shop and I really want to specifically pick up some art supplies for oil painting. A huge goal for me this month is trying oil painting because I've never done it before. So I kind of wanted to get a head start and pick up some supplies for that, see what I need, and hopefully go from there. Yesterday I went to the art store and I don't think I showed you guys what I got, so I'm just gonna do a little haul right now. First two things are the essentials for oil painting. I have linseed oil as well as this, I think it's called Gamsol or something. It's basically like a chemical solvent that you can use to thin paint as well as clean your brushes. So yep, there's those two. And then I have these Winsor & Newton oil paints. These aren't the professional grade ones. Oops. They're just the student grade ones, and these are the colors I got because I was told that these are the primary, like most basic of basic colors. And essentially you want every color in a warm tone and a cool tone. So for example, I got blue in a warm tone and a cool tone here. This is cerulean blue and French ultramarine blue. And then for red, I have this, I don't know how to pronounce this, alizarin crimson and cadmium red. I only have one yellow here. I didn't pick up another one. Actually, I thought I got like a yellow ochre. Okay. I was supposed to get a yellow ochre, but I didn't do that. So I might go back and pick up that. Then I have titanium white, very simple. I didn't pick up black because if you're just learning how to mix colors, you could honestly get away with mixing some like blues and reds and yellows just like all together, making it into a dark brown. And if I need black, then I will go pick it up, but I don't think I'll need it right away. It's just good to practice without black first to kind of get yourself acquainted with the colors without having to rely on black heavily. And then I got some oil pastels. So I already have like a box of oil pastels. This is the one that I have. It's also not my primary medium, so I just got it in like a pretty basic set. These colors I'm really excited about because I handpicked them. These are the colors that we're working with here. I just love the way they look together, and I don't know what I'm gonna do with them yet, but I think hopefully I'll try playing around with them a little bit today and see how they look on paper. An insane amount of flowers, and I went to the flower shop this morning wanting to get a few just for like some still life paintings that I'm planning on doing today, and there were so many of them on sale, so I could not turn it down. There was just like so many pretty ones. Let me show you. I got these tulips. They are like this pretty orange color, but I just love the way that they're kind of like already open and bloomed. And then I also got these tiger lilies. I was only planning on getting one, but I figured they were on sale, so why not? I might just even like gift some for my friends. I'm going to see one of them for lunch today, so I'm just gonna hand over a cute little bouquet and say hello. I feel like I'm such a like gifts person, and not necessarily like receiving it, but I love just giving gifts, especially when I see something that reminds me of a friend or I just know that someone will love. And I also love getting myself fresh flowers. Like this was totally an excuse just to do it for myself, and I just kind of get a bouquet. I wouldn't really get 3. This is a little much even for me, but especially because I have this little project going on right now where I want to focus on still life paintings and learning oil painting. I thought this was just the perfect opportunity to treat myself to a whole lot of flowers. This one's already looking super cute. And a tip, if you don't already know about keeping flowers super fresh, is changing the water out every single day, as well as cutting them with an angle like this, so that way they can like soak up all the more water. Tulips especially, I feel like are kind of finicky flowers, but like a lot of fresh water, so that's kind of their vibe, which I don't blame them. This is how the first one looks. I was kind of in a hurry this morning because it's already noon and I'm going out for lunch with a friend, so I haven't really had a chance to do any work this morning, which always puts me in kind of an anxious spot because I want to start obviously as soon as I can, but I knew I needed to get a workout in to make myself feel better. These ones I think I'm gonna gift to my friend, but that's okay. Every day is different, and I feel like that's just the life of a freelance artist, is like the flexibility. Oh no, I just tore a few out. The flexibility of a schedule, but also like knowing that you're not gonna have the same schedule every single day. I know that if I don't have a super early start to my workday today, then I'll probably just do a little less tomorrow in terms of my morning routine and get to the office sooner. So yeah, that's kind of how I justify my flexible work schedule these days. I am so excited to try oil painting. I picked up a book yesterday. It's called Oils by Norman Long, and it was just like this step-by-step tutorial on how to start oil painting for beginners. I read it yesterday night and I couldn't stop reading it. I feel like it's so fascinating because there's so many like parallels between oil painting and acrylic painting. I've done it all, honestly. Like, I started with watercolor and I moved on to acrylic and gouache, and now I'm trying oil painting, which some people might find it a little late to start, and that's kind of my worry as well. But I know that if I don't start now, I'm always gonna want to like try it out, and I'm just gonna be curious about it forever. So I'm teaching myself now and not giving that pressure on myself to just be so good at it right from the get-go. I'm curious if you guys are learning anything new in your life, because I feel like as adults, you almost don't feel as inclined to pick up a new hobby anymore, just because it involves so much time and resources. So I feel like once we get to a certain age, we don't necessarily feel compelled to try new things, even though I feel like stimulating your brain that way is so good. And always forever learning new things will keep you interested in the things around you as well, which I think is such a big value. So there's so many new things that I want to try, like ceramics. I'm doing gardening for the first time this month, and there's always like kind of an excitement and a thrill just because you aren't familiar with it, but like exposing yourself to those new things is what makes life exciting. Okay, this is what the flower situation is currently like. I have this one in a big vase and I love the wide mouth. It just makes it look so dramatic. And I have these tulips from home. Guys, I'm telling you, like, it's a freaking flower farm in here. I loved the way that this was drooping and I really wanted to capture that shape before it dies. And then this one, look how beautiful she is. You can see like all the different petals and details. And even though these are the same, they're both tulips, but I feel like there is such a different quality to them. And I'm so excited to be getting into my still life paintings this week. So I've just spent the past hour or so on this painting and I'm liking it so far, but I think that I'm having a little bit of trouble like keeping the color separate and not making it look muddy, which I feel like in acrylic paint and gouache paint, you can just kind of like layer the paint and then go from there, like fix it as you want. But then oil painting, there's just an element of like the paint doesn't dry as quickly. So while that's like kind of on your side, you kind of have to learn how to like work with it. So this is what the painting looks like so far, and I do like the way it's going. I think I just need to like let it rest for a little bit and then keep going at it tomorrow.